Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Washington Nationals.
Last game here at Nationals Park over the course of this week-long homestand, and hoping to put the finishing touches on a very successful week here in D.C. The Nationals are 13-5 in rubber games this year. They've won 3 consecutive rubber games, and now they look for 4 straight series wins out of the All-Star break. Final game between the Nats and Blue Jays here this afternoon. Welcome in, Dan Kolko, Kevin Franzen, and Franny. Trade deadline now, 5 days away. Every game as we approach that trade deadline getting more and more important. The Nationals a chance to win a series over the Blue Jays would be 4 straight series victories.
Yeah, not only that, you get into that wild card race even more, right?
Yep.
Like you just feel like every win is important at this time of year. I always look at, first 100 games or whatever. Like it feels like you're going to get 50-50. It's what you do with the last 62. And this is a part of that. And you look at how they can get out in front of this team right here tonight or today and get a comfortable lead. Get into that, weekend series against Atlanta with a fresh bullpen would be huge because Atlanta's playing great right now. But being in this part, right, with the D-backs, Pirates, Nats, Padres are sneaking up on this whole thing. Like, it's just pretty fun to see just in general. Like, we didn't expect this.
And how about being only 2 games behind the Phillies as well? That is something that we could not have foreseen just a few weeks ago. 2 right-handers going head-to-head today, one with a bit more experience than the other, Zach Littell against Trey Savage.
Yeah, Zach Littell looking to get, right and get in that zone, keep the ball in the yard. Trey Savage coming off 3 bad starts, whatever, that's fine. It's not taking advantage of a guy. Like, to me, Trey Savage is so dang good, right? He's got strikeout stuff, wipeout stuff. I mean, it's not a lot of homers that you look at, right? He's got a good split, good slider to go along with a elevated four-seamer that has, as the kids would say, it's very hoppy up there. You know what I mean?
The Nationals' offense has been hoppy of late. Baseball's sending out of Nationals Park with regularity. A great month of July for the Nationals. They're setting team records in a number of categories, and they look to do it again here today on a warm day at Nationals Park.
It's incredible because they've been consistent with it. It hasn't been like just – I feel like we stay in the moment so much and say the month. I mean, it's been a good stretch, right, of consistent hard contact all over the place from line to line. And, when they elevate and they celebrate, I mean, it's fun to see.
If it's not one guy contributing, it's another. And Brady House came up from AAA Rochester just a few days ago. Had a big return to the big leagues. Went 2 for 4 in that first game. Added another double and 2 more hits last night. He's 4 for 8 back here in the big leagues, and he's back in the lineup here today. Picture-perfect day for this series finale at Nationals Park. Last game of the 6-game homestands, 83 degrees. Light breeze here in Southeast D.C. Check out the Blue Jays lineup. Yoendrick Pinungo going to lead off for them again. Very similar lineup to what they had yesterday. The big change, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. not in there after leaving last night's game with a hamstring issue. Kazuma Okamoto took over for him last night, hit a homer, and he's in the starting lineup today, playing first and batting third.
Zach Littell is on the mound, the 6'4" righty. Making his 14th start of the year. You've seen that they've opened for him 8 times, if you do the math on that one. 7-8 with a 5.17, 101 innings. Strike thrower. We know that 65% first pitch strike. It's in zone 57% of the time. So what do you get? A lot of first pitch and a lot of early swings from teams. Let's check out his pitch arsenal. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud for him. Slider, 4-seamer split. Sinker and the occasional sweeper that you'll get out of it, but slider, 4-seamer split. Those are the 3 combos that he loves to use. Slider's been fantastic for him. How can he get to it? How can he use it more and more against his team?
Yoendrick Pinungo is ready. So is Zach Littell. And a first pitch fastball in there for strike 1. Pinungo got the start last night for Toronto, went 0 for 2. 24-year-old from Venezuela. Flies one out to right. James Wood into the gap for out number 1.
Well, let's check out the defense behind Zach Littell today. Dalen Lyle, he's in left field. Jacob Young in center, and James Wood out in right. We know the best arm out there in right field with House, Nunez, left side, Bibas, and Garcia Jr. on the right with Harry Ford. Harry, he's catching.
Brady House getting a start against a right-handed opposing starter today. And C.J. Abrams, the DH. Two-seamer up and away to Nathan Lucas. Two hits in this series. 2-0. Lucas having a nice season. 285. OPS
nice
of
you to say.
733. He thinks I'm having a nice season as well.
Nice season.
Ahead of Littell 3-0. Had never played more than 29 games in a single season until last year. Hit 12 homers and 65 RBIs to go with those 12 bombs in 135 games. Played nearly every day in the postseason. And draws a 4-pitch walk here. Walks have not been much of an issue for Zach Littell in his career. A little bit more, Franny, this season than in the past. But overall, it's the home run ball that has plagued him. 25 of them surrendered this season. Now gets Kazuma Okamoto. As mentioned, Okamoto off their bench yesterday after Guerrero left with the hamstring issue. Homered in the 5th. Scored another run in the 8th inning when a 3-run homer by George Springer cut the Nationals' lead to 2. But what work by Orlando Rebalta and Clayton Beater, who went 6 up, 6 down after the Springer homer had made it a game again.
Did it with ease. Love to see it.
0-2 on Okamoto.
I think that Beater might be down today, going 3 of the last 4, right?
I thought so as well. I talked to him in the clubhouse earlier, and he said he felt pretty good, actually.
Well, he's a team player. He knows what's at stake. But, I mean, again, still
got to look out for him.
2 months of the year left.
Yeah. And a big road trip coming up. Atlanta and Philly, 4-game series in each of those. And a weak ground ball right side will find the outfield grass. Okamoto out to right. Going first to third is Lucas. And a walk and a single have put him at the corners with 1 out for Toronto.
A little 4-seamer up and away. Jammed him pretty good, too. Only 73 off the bat. And I say that because you got Bibas playing way up the middle. And almost had an opportunity to get it.
Brings up George Springer. Hit his first career home run at Nationals Park last night, giving him 12 this season. Splitter misses up. Numbers for Littell when following an opener this season, much better than when he has started games. But with this Blue Jays lineup so right-handed dominant, it's Littell in a starting role today. Ball and a strike to Springer. There's a good splitter down. 1-2.
One of the better splitters we've seen from him early in a game, like first inning of a game in a couple outings. That's like a true split finger fastball. You don't see the knuckle kind of on it. Or some would say that's a fork.
Crew chief has the balls and the strikes today. That's Lance Barksdale, Will Little, Ryan Wills, and Jonathan Parra for second and third. Another 1-2 from Littell to Springer. 3 straight splits. This one missing for ball 2. Littell faced the Blue Jays twice last season. hit him around a little bit, allowed 8 runs and 7 homers in 11 2/3.
I haven't seen a pitcher's jersey do that here in the summer too often as far as whipping around with that wind. Flags do not show like it's blowing out pretty hard, but look, you look at when he came set. It's great hair. Wanted to show it off.
Runner goes from first. Swing and a miss at the plate. And tag applied by Jorbit Bibas to strike him out, throw him out, double play to get Littell out of the first. He got Springer. And easy pickings for Harry Ford behind the plate.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here.
Blue Jays run themselves out of an inning there, top 1. Strike him out, throw him out, double play gets Littell out of the first. And now here come the Nats. Wood, Garcia, and House the top 3 here today, with Brady House in the number 3 spot after a good couple games back in the bigs. C.J. Abrams will DH in the cleanup spot. Harry Ford batting 5th. Lyle, Young, Bibas, and Nunez the bottom half.
Well, they're going up against the youngster and Trey Savage, 6'4", 225 pounds. Pottstown, PA. Look at that grip right there. Always in the splitter grip. 17 start on the year, 3.92. Yeah, been a couple rough starts, but that's not that bad. 3 earned runs last 2.
Fastball to the outer edge gets him ahead of James Wood. Wood 1 for 7 in this series. He's drawn 3 walks.
Against the Boston Red Sox, his last time out for Savage, that split early on in the game was a ball. Like, really clearly a ball out of hand. He couldn't find it. All right.
Wood out to left center. Closing on it is Varsho, but he can't get there. Another leadoff time aboard for James Wood. How many now on the season has he been on base leading off the first inning?
48 now.
48 in 109 games.
Well, down away four-seamer. Loving to see the four-seamer down. You want to try to bring him up just because if you can start chasing that little, I mean, this is not a diamond right there. Like, great swing. But you try to bring him up for the fact that if he can locate that fastball down, the split becomes so much more effective.
Splitter that Garcia sends out to center. Varsho has that one. And there's one out.
And there, right there, is exactly what you want to see. You want to see Louis go after that pitch right there. Pitch up in the zone. His pitch, Arsenal, four-seamer, splitter, slider. That's it. I mean, it's almost a 20 vert average induced vertical break, so that you got to get 2 balls up on top, right? Like you're thinking get on top of the heater more than anything. The split is fantastic. It was great in the postseason last year.
Here's Brady House. 2 for 3 last night off the bench. And now 4 for 8 with 2 doubles and an RBI in his return to the major leagues.
Just think of his locks. He's got some good flow going.
Yeah. High fly ball out to center. Another try for Varsho as he moves back near the wall. A leap, and he got it. That ball just kept carrying through the wind, and Dalton Varsho robs Brady House of extra bases.
Oh, what a play. Dalton Varsho, such a good center fielder out there. Good swing by Brady House. Might hit off the wall. He didn't look right when he got to the warning track part. It just looked like he was going to come up way short from it and carry back. Yeah, I love that. Beep, beep, beep.
Fastball in there to C.J. Abrams.
What a play, though.
There's gold on that glove. So Abrams bats with Wood at first and 2 down. And that splitter well in front of the plate. Blocked down by Kirk.
And not an easy at bat you're going to get against Trey Savage this year, just in general. 192 average against. Lefties 200, righties 182. Each side has 5 homers against them.
He's had some games this year where the walk total has just been crazy high. We saw that last night from Shane Bieber. 6 walks to the 9 Nationals that he faced in the first inning. Savage has had 2 7-walk games, a 6-walk game, and a 5-walk game.
Huh? Well, you can see with the split, right? Like, it's if you're a team that is patient enough to be able to lay off it. Like, again, I will say it. Louis swung at the right one, right? A split up in the zone, more middle part of the plate. Just got out in front a little bit. It's when you start seeing guys, you're naturally going to chase that pitch. It's not an easy one to lay off, but if you can, the walks will accumulate.
That splitter missing. 2-1 to Abrams. The expected batting average for Ian Savage this season is 197. That's 93rd percentile.
Yeah, right in line with his average.
Expected ERA, 3.33. Just can't get to the slider, and it's 2-2. Now 23 years of age after yesterday. Had his birthday here yesterday after Max had his birthday the day before. Max Scherzer.
Max, Foster, Jacob. Wow, it's birthday celebration.
Big birthday series. Abrams down on strikes. And thanks to Dalton Varsho, Ian Savage puts up a 0 in the first. Nice play by a Gold Glove award-winning center fielder.
Scoreless in the top of the second. Blake Butera told us a story about Harry Ford yesterday. Blake said, I usually get here pretty early, and Dylan Cruz has been the first one here over the course of the last 3 weeks. Then the last 2 days, Harry Ford's been here before Dylan. So I've been all over Dylan about this. And when Harry was here, Harry was in the weight room, getting after it well before anyone else was here, working on his throwing patterns. He was working with some med balls, doing all these small things 8 hours before the game to work on things that both Bobby Wilson and our hitting coaches have brought to him. You can see how dedicated he is. And I told him, before you got here, Dylan was always the first one here. He said, yeah, well, my goal is to beat Dylan. Blake said he loves it, always believes competition breeds excellence. And when you get a group of guys that love to compete, they're going to hold each other accountable and try and outdo the guy sitting next to them. He wants competition in this clubhouse. He wants to create an environment and a culture where they have really good players that are pushing each other to reach new levels. Dan?
Thank you, Alexa. What happens if you just don't go home and you sleep at Nationals Park?
Then it's eyewash.
Are you the first one
No, it's eyewash.
to the ballpark?
Yeah.
Pull a George Costanza and just leave your car in the parking lot, and everyone thinks that you're the last one to leave and the first one to arrive?
8 hours is a lot.
That's early.
Yeah.
1-2 on Alejandro Kirk leading off the second.
I was usually the first one or second one at the yard every time, and at 1 o'clock.
It
like
feels like it's getting
that's
earlier
what it needs to be.
And earlier.
Like, we got to stay sane here. No one's marking you down.
Kirk fouls it off right side. Some teams will impose.
They lock the doors. Yes, which I love.
A certain time that players cannot show up to the clubhouse before, in order to make sure that they're getting their rest and doing stuff away from the yard.
And more importantly,
behind the bag is Vivas, and he throws out Kirk for the first out.
And more importantly, our clubhouse managers and staff, they don't need to be there that early. Love the dedication. Love it.
To a point. Yeah.
No, a manager could do what he wants because he runs it. That's his place. Player-wise, take your time.
Sean Doolittle, Simon Matthews, Bobby Wilson. Littell just missing the outside edge. Ball 1 to Dalton Varsho. Good career numbers for Varsho off the veteran righty. 5 for 11, a double, and 2 homers. Here's this one foul. Littell has allowed 1 run, exactly 1 run, in 3 of his last 4 outings. The outlier, 2 outings ago, he gave up 8 runs in 6 innings. This one popped up left side. Brady House taking charge, fighting the sun, the winds, and he makes the catch. So, Franny, it feels like Littell has pitched in some ways better than his numbers would indicate. But also, you are who you are at a certain point. Just trying to build off of 1 outing and turn it into a consistent run of success as we
head down the stretch here.
And usually it's the first 2 innings that he's in on a start that like get to him. We've seen it where, teams are overly aggressive. Today, I was going to say, here comes the first pitch. This is the most patient we've seen a team against him early in a game. Right? I mean, I feel like that Mariners game will always stick out. 56 pitches, 39 swings.
Yeah. And pops it up foul out of play.
And I feel like if a team does this against him, he gets into a better rhythm.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like the more aggressive teams against him, like really, it doesn't rattle him. I'm not going to say it rattles him, but it just throws off a plan a little bit.
Well, because he thrives on being in the zone,
yeah.
And he doesn't have the swing and miss that some big league starters do. So I could see how that would be disruptive. You throw out that outing at the A's 2 starts ago, where he allowed the 8 runs in 6 innings. He's given up just 7 runs over the other 5 appearances in the last 6 appearance stretch. One play by Nunez out is short. Ranging up the middle, throwing against his body. And a 1-2-3 second for Zach Littell.
Well, Nasim Nunez doing what he does. Go to your left and play with it. Great play, Louis. Well, 0's on the board against Trey Savage, and you look at that. Jesus Luzardo, we saw that sweeper in action, but Dylan Cease with the slider, we've seen that in action. But Trey Savage, that splitter, 129 average. Opponent average against 3rd lowest in the big leagues.
Faces Harry Ford leading off the bottom of the 2nd. There's a good slider. Savage debuted last September. Made 3 starts in the regular season, pitched to a 3.21 ERA. That as a 22-year-old, just a year after he was drafted. Then made 6 appearances in the postseason for Toronto, 5 of them starts, including a start in a must-win Game 6 of the ALCS. Pitched against Seattle. Got the win, 5 2/3 innings, allowed just 2 runs. And Franny, what sets him apart, among other things, is the arm angle.
Yeah, look at this. They got 2 of the highest and lowest. Trey Savage to Tyler Rogers. Look at that, 66 degrees, highest point in the game to the lowest. How about when they come in with Tyler right after him? That's the difference. Love this part. Hate it as a hitter. Love it doing this. How fun. Love, love, love our game.
This is to Dale and Lyle. You've got the traject machine downstairs now that can try and give you as much pregame work as possible.
It won't do Tyler Rogers.
It won't get down that low.
No.
Interesting. But it can give you Trey Savage in that high arm angle. But been talking to guys throughout the course of the season about the traject. Some really like it. Some say, it helps a little bit, but it's really not going to replicate in-game experience. And Savage facing the Nationals for the first time.
Well, I mean, you want to see that slider. It's Tetsuya Imai. You think about the UFO that he throws that goes to his arm side. The same thing goes with Trey Savage with his slider. Not your normal, break on it to the glove side. Backs up. And it's filthy.
See the stuff that made him the number 20 overall pick out of the ECU back in 2024. He's gotten Ford to bounce out to short and Lyle down to first. Jacob Young had a great night last night despite the 0 for 0 line that you see there at the bottom. Had 3 walks and a sac fly. And on this homestand, 4 for 10 with those walks and 4 driven in. Takes ball 1.
That's it, though. Trying to hunt middle. It's tough to do against this guy because he's got such an ability to throw that slider for a strike, too, right? Which throws you another wrench in there.
Two and 1. Had 39 strikeouts in those 6 postseason appearances, the most ever in Major League history by a rookie in a single postseason.
Got 2. Never going to say they're cookies, but 2 mistakes, middle part of the plate in this at bat. This is where you grind it out as much as you can. A rarity to get 2. Been an AB in the big leagues.
Lays off the slider down, and the count goes full.
Could you see how it goes back towards
JY
on that?
Just not what you're used to seeing on a slider. A payoff pitch. That was a ball out of hands. Young takes it, and a 2-out walk. Make that 4 free passes worked by Jacob Young over the course of the last 2 days.
3 for 3 stealing against Trey Savage. Like, this to me doesn't really matter to me. You know why? Because you see the strikeouts and you're like, the guy's got unbelievable stuff. 2 starts in that, he had 28 swings and misses. Or 38, 38. 21 against the Chicago White Sox and 17 versus the Boston Red Sox. The last 2 starts. 38 swings and misses.
Bebas bats with 2 out. Flies one out to center for Varsho. His feet. Comes in. And the Nats strand 1 in the second. 0's on the board on a beautiful afternoon in D.C.
What is Toyota?
Well, bring the Nats on all of your summer vacations and staycations. Watch games at home or on the go for just $54.99 for the remainder of the season. Get a free trial today at nationals.tv.
Gabe Cavalli chatting it up with the new guy, Connolly Early. Gabe picking up his 7th win of the season here last night. Looks like he will go the last game of that Atlanta series. Popped up off the bat of Jimenez, playable for Harry Ford. Near the on-deck circle, he has out number 1.
Nice way to start.
So the Nationals listing tomorrow's starter in Atlanta as TBA. Wonder whether that could be Jake Irvin. Blake Butera has said that that is a possibility. Irvin's been great in his rehab starts. Feels great physically as of last check. Trevor Williams activated today from the IL after Gus Varland was optioned back to AAA Rochester last night. Good to get Trevor back after being on the IL more than a year. Work out of the bullpen, at least for now. Sounded like a busted bat off the bat of Schneider. Still drive hit out the center. Quick 2 outs here, top 3.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see Trev back out there.
Yeah.
Competing. Because if we get Trev competing out there, that means we get Captain Greg.
Yep. See if he jumps right back into that or eases in.
Yeah.
Top of the order, Yohendrick Pinyango. 7 straight retired now by Zach Littell. With some help from the strike him out, throw him out double play to end the first. This is with the splitter. 2-0 to Pinyango. Check swing on a slider up.
Sets up plenty. Even on a check swing like that, guy's checking off it. I mean, his eyes changed right there at the level. It's where we see him not just go split, but go four-seamer down, sinker down, slip it down and away.
There's that sinker down at the knees to make it 2-2. Chopper left side. Coming to get it, Nunez has it skip off of his glove. See how they rule it. Put Pinyango aboard with 2 down.
This should be an infield knock.
It is.
He's going, look at how far up the middle he is. Does a good job up cheat that way. You're going to have to be perfect on that. Rides up that heel of the glove. Eyes go up.
Pinyango aboard for Nathan Lucas. King strike 1. Bunch of early games worth monitoring in the National League wildcard picture. Phillies up over the Marlins 6-3. Diamondbacks leading the Pirates 2-0 in the 5th. Nationals just a game back of playoff position in the National League entering today, and only 2 games back of the Phillies for the number 2 spot. Sweeper down and in, taken by Lucas for ball 1.
That's why you just got to take care of today. How do you think that because we know where the standings would be had other things turned out a different way against the Phillies.
Yankees. A 1-2 from Littell. Out to Nunez. He'll take it to the bag himself. And Zach Littell works around the infield single, puts up another 0.
Well, C.J. Abrams, he's DHing today, and maybe some reasons for it. You see that one before the All-Star break against the Yankees twice against his finger. He had one against the Colorado Rockies diving on the backhand side, and last night we saw him. Obviously, he's already covered up on a little cut there on his hand, right hand, a little banged up. So he gets a half day.
Waiting for his next AB. As Nasim Nunez takes ball 1. Nationals in a stretch of 17 games in 17 days.
Another stretch.
Another. Had a couple of those this season. So a chance for Blake Butera to give his star shortstop a bit of a breather. Back of short, Andres Jimenez squeezes the pop-up, and there's one out, bottom 3. Here comes James Wood, who, as we mentioned in the first inning, reached base leading off the first for the 48th time this season. That's the most by any National in team history, surpassing Denard Span, who did it 47 times in 2014. The last with 48 or more in franchise history was Tim Raines, who did it 55 times in 1985. And we've still got 52 games to go.
If you get on 28 of the 52, they'll tie Chuck Knobloch.
Doable.
It is doable.
Also leading Major League Baseball in that category this season, Yordan Alvarez has reached 46 times in the first. James doing it leading off.
Leading off is way more important.
Yep. Just seeing a ton of pitches.
Yep.
Showing the guys behind him in the lineup what the opposing pitcher has. 3 straight out of the zone from Savage. Make it 4 straight. Close. Called ball 4 by Lance Barksdale.
And for the 43rd time this year, he is a walk and a knock. Well, last night, Luis Garcia Jr. flails at 1, hammers the next. Listen, Fluharty. There's a sweeper out over. He just stayed in long enough. 22 on the year. Okay, so James has 43 games where he has a walk and a knock in the same game. 4 ahead of Nick Kurtz.
Doing it today in his first 2 plate appearances of the game.
Yordan Alvarez, number 3 at 38.
It feels like every game about 12 times a game. We are pulling up historical data showing where a National or the Nationals as a team rank compared to past teams in Nationals history or teams across Major League Baseball. What these guys are doing offensively, individually and as a unit, impressive. Garcia, huge swing at a center cut heater. Back to the screen to make it 1-2.
Now, I don't think he's going to catch Baby Ruth. 81 times he had that in a year. 1921. Face the same guy every day for a week. But
is that the
right.
walk and a hit in a game?
Yeah. Ted Williams, Babe Ruth, and Barry Bonds.
Foul ground. Ernie Clement has the pop up, and there's 2 down. Brady House flew out to deep center back in the first inning. And fly out. Would have been a home run in 8 of the 30 big league ballparks. Not here at Nats Park today. Pulls it foul. Zone with the slider, and it's 0-2. Talked about how Brady worked at AAA Rochester on improving his numbers against right-handed pitching. Did a pretty solid job. Hit .284 against righties down there. .728 OPS and 5 homers. Has always mashed left-handed pitching. But if you're a right-handed hitter and you're only in there against left-handed starters, you're working on the short side of the platoon. It's just not going to get you a ton of consistent playing time. And obviously the goal for the former first-round pick, be in the lineup every day. Down on strikes here on a good splitter. Scoreless ball game here at Nationals Park as we head to the middle innings. Fourth inning of Nationals baseball, brought to you by your Washington area Toyota dealers. Shop Toyota for legendary style and reliability. Check out the all-new RAV4 at Toyota.com. Zach Littell back in the strike zone. Strike 1 to Okamoto. Littell's got good groove going so far today. 42 pitches through his first 3 innings, all scoreless.
And you think about one of the hits from Okamoto, jammed him. Not there.
But it's foul. 1-2.
Didn't play the velocity off the wall.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 hits he's surrendered are the weak ground ball to the opposite field by Okamoto and the infield single by Pinango last inning. Ahead of Okamoto, 1-2.
Historical factor. Juan Soto, franchise leader with 62 games with a knock and a walk back in 2021. 62 games.
That's wild. Vivas gets behind it. Throws out Okamoto for the first out in the 4th inning. Okamoto yesterday hitting his 24th home run. We talked yesterday about the whole rookie thing for guys who come over from Asia, how it's a little skewed, but still, facts.
Like, I don't want to take away from him. I find
it's different.
But I find the Japanese Professional Baseball League to be just way above everything else, other than this, right?
Yeah.
Like they are playing at the highest of levels.
But Okamoto's 24 homers as a rookie, tying the Blue Jays rookie record. Previously held by Eric Hinsky back in 2002. It's not the name that I would have expected. Another try for Bibas. And Springer, the second out in the 4th.
Well, get ready for Country Night at Nationals Park on Friday, August 7th. Watch the Nats take on the Reds, complimented by a Jordan Davis post-game concert. Oh, Cowboy hat with a special ticket. Go to nationals.com/specials.
Hey, you were at all game yesterday,
and they won.
The Nationals won.
They won.
So don't change a thing.
And don't dare win today and me travel with it.
Yeah. He's going to get beat up on the flight.
It's okay. I'm sure you can find a hat bag or whatever you call it, a case. Cowboy hat case.
2 down. Here's Alejandro Kirk. Tell working to the edges today, keeping that slider down. Although he works at the top of the zone with that slider as well. And we've talked about how it kind of plays as the cutter up there. But not a whole lot hard of the plate for Littell so far.
In a great rhythm. Something that we haven't seen. Like even with Cade last night wasn't a great rhythm.
Yeah.
Right? Andrew Alvarez, him. Right now for Zach, very
crisp.
Yeah. Look, when you work like this and consistent in the zone and you have this good rhythm going, I get it, the pitch clock's there, but infielders make a few more plays. They might have a little bit more range. They're not on their heels.
Near the outside edge, called ball 3. And an opposite field single for Kirk with 2 down.
On a 3-1 count? All right, take it. There's something about that that's so different than a walk. And I could not tell you why. 2-out walk. Guy goes 3-1, little base hit to right. Great, move along. I feel like the rhythm stays there.
Especially when you're executing a pitch. You're trying to go out there, and you just tip your cap, and hopefully it's a harmless 2-out single. But now down the right field line, fair off the bat of Varsho. Kirk will round second. Deep into the corner it gets, and the stop sign held up by Carlos Febles as Wood gets the ball in quickly. The Kirk opposite field single. Varsho pulls a double, and there's 2 in scoring position with 2 down.
All right. Move along.
Gonna have to pick up 3 straight hits to score a run.
Yep. And when a guy has, good career numbers, now what, 3 doubles and a homer?
2 doubles, 2 homers, yeah.
Same thing.
6 for 13.
He's chubby.
It'll bring up Ernie Clement and Simon Matthews to the mound. Clement coming into the game batting .296. American League leader in doubles with 26. Across the entire Major League landscape, trailing just Rafael Devers, Freddie Freeman, and Otto Lopez, who are all tied with 27. Good sweeper for strike 1.
We've seen him. He's trying to get that head out. Diving out over the outside part of the plate, try to hook it. Left field line.
Oh, 2. Pretty straight away in the outfield. Bibas shaded up the middle from his second base position. Garcia in the 4-hole. Line drive out to center. Good read on it by Young. He'll get there in plenty of time. And Zach Littell strands 2 in a scoreless 4th to keep us 0-0.
Easy, big.
Well, after today, still 2 full games left in the month of July. And the Nationals padding some huge offensive totals. in this single month. 10 players with at least 1 homer and 1 stolen base. There are 45 homers in this month, tops in Major League Baseball. 15 guys have multiple homers. 15 games, I should say, with multiple homers. That's a franchise record. And plus 22 run differential overall. And a fun ride. C.J. Abrams leads off the 4th. Struck out on a Yasavage slider to end the 1st inning.
I'd be interested to see what happens during the trade deadline and everything, and how this road trip goes. If it's a good road trip, what that response is when we get back home.
Called ball 3 to Abrams, and Alejandro Kirk wants to challenge. Looked like it might have been in. It's ABS powered by T-Mobile, and it's ball 3.
Call is confirmed. Toronto has 1 challenge remaining.
For Kirk, 30 for 44 this year, which means he's been really good.
And ball 4 to Abrams. So a leadoff man aboard for the Nats here in the 4th. Here's the upcoming schedule: 4 in Atlanta, 4 in Philly.
How many times that happened? 2 division rivals, 4-game series back to back.
Yeah, with no day off too. Tomorrow's game will be aired on ESPN, so we will not have that one for you on Nationals TV. We'll be with you through the weekends. Here are 7:15 starts on Friday and Saturday, 1:35 getaway day game. Abrams back safely as Kirk threw in behind him.
Now we know that Harry Ford can handle the bat a little bit. You wonder, look, CJ could steal a base if he wanted to. Try to get some action, get some balls, ball in play. Go 1st to 3rd.
Ford grounding one down to 3rd. Clement bobbles it, gathers, and picked by Okamoto. Clement got rid of it quickly, bounced it in, but Okamoto snags it with Abrams moving to 2nd on the 1st out.
Well, nasty top spinner on the backhand side, closes the glove before, but doesn't panic. How easy did it make that look? Franco up. Go home. Right into that throwing lane for him.
Abrams giving the Nationals their first man in scoring position today. Galen Lyle takes strike 1. 2 for 8 in this series with a walk and an RBI.
See that four-seater plays like a little cutter, like baby cut. Just to open up the outside part of the plate.
1-2.
It was about that time that they only started to heat up last year, right?
Yes.
Be nice to see, to get him going like really hot for an extended period of time.
Rolls one over to 1st. Komodo will take it. Abrams moving up another 90 feet to 3rd with 2 down. Well, this is wild for Jacob Young. You go back over his last 5 plate appearances, he does not have an official at-bat. 4 walks and a sacrifice fly. Tied for the longest streak in Major League Baseball this season. First National with 5 straight plate appearances without an at-bat since Juan Soto in September of 2019. He had 6 straight, all of them walks. Juan Soto and Jacob Young.
Who would have thunk it?
2 peas in a pod.
Yep.
Ball and a strike. His current OPS is 683. So it's moved up 8 points from entering yesterday's game, and he hasn't picked up a hit.
Pretty sweet.
Trying to deliver the first run of the ball game with Abrams down at third. And now one homer away from double digits on the season. In there with the slider, 2-2.
Two perfect pitches to get strikes on the corners. Almost feels like a 2-out knock or a 2-out knock is going to be the key to the game today. You can get it with a runner on base, runner at third.
The 2-2 to Young. Rolled over foul.
That slider's not right. Like, you feel, you can go on a deck, you can see it. You get out on the field, it is such a different deal to see a ball come in towards you and not a sinker, right? Like, not a change of slide. You see slider spin, your eyes are always going to tell you it's going away, it's going away.
Fouls off another. Do you almost have to trick your mind?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, because we never saw that. You try, like, maybe sometimes, but like, your eyes are always going to tell you one thing.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat. Young just bumps one down the left field line. Will it stay fair? Yes, it will. Jacob Young will cruise into second. Not even a full swing on that one, and it drives in the first run of the game. An RBI double for Young, his 38th ribby of the year, and it's 1-0 Washington.
There it is, Dan. I mean, this is a cricket swing. Down and in, right? A good path. Like, check it out. Coach, look at that. See how I got underneath it?
Like a little knockdown wedge or something.
Absolutely. Or full wedge for you.
For me.
No big deal. Love it. Love it. But that's the patience that led to that, right?
A leadoff walk by Abrams on 4 pitches. A Harry Ford ground ball moved him to second. A Dalen Lyle ground ball moved him to third. And then Young just flips one down the line. Another challenge on the ABS, and that one barely got the top of the zone.
And you can understand,
like I always say, over 2.
Lance Barksdale. That's not why the ABS challenge system's here, right? It's not for those. It's for the egregious misses. It's a good one. I love that guy. That guy's awesome. Always positive. Hard to get mad at him. With that southern drawl that he has, and like, fuck him. Good man.
Ball and a strike to Bebas. One and 2. Dirt. That Young bloop double, just the Nationals' second hit of the game. The first since James Wood led off the home half of the first with a single to left center. Two to Bebas. Into the 4-hole, backing up on it is Davis Schneider. Flips it over to first, and the Nats take the lead in the 4th.
Well, the patience leads to, oops, RBI double. 2 strike, 2-out knock. Nats are on top, 1-0. Well, this season for Zach Littell, look at the first time through, all the way through the third time through. Climbs early and then goes down. Love to see it. Maybe partly why they have had an opener there for him, right, to get out to a good start. Still got to go through that first time through, but I get where they could put him in. Today in the start, very nicely done.
Has a lead as he retakes the mound in the fifth, and he gets weak contact out to left. And Lyle has the high fly ball. And out number one, getting Jimenez to lead off the fifth. Brings up Davis Schneider with one out. A 28th round pick of the Blue Jays way back in 2017. Became a pretty valuable player for them last year. 11 homers, a 117 OPS plus. This year it has been a different story. An OPS plus in 52 games this year, entering today, 52, with 100 being league average. And he entered today batting, or rather going 1 for 20 with 8 strikeouts in his last 10 games.
I mean, it's a guy that's got, 19, 20 walks on the year. Still puts up a good AB. Babe Schneider, some of us have called him.
Good slider there to the outer edge, 2-1. But yet another example of Blue Jays who had really good years last year, just all coinciding to struggle, seemingly all struggle in 2026.
And who wasn't on the team last year?
Okamoto?
Yeah. He's the one going.
It's a weird game, man.
It is.
3-1 to Schneider. Challenged him with a fastball, and he fouled it off. Max Kranick starting to loosen in the Nationals' pen. You add it all up, and these two teams offensively, there's not much greater or more stark difference between their 2025 and 2026 results. Ball 4 to Schneider, puts a man on with one out. The Blue Jays have had the largest run per game drop off in Major League Baseball from last year to this year. The Nationals have had the second largest increase in runs per game totals. Only the Pirates with a greater increase from 2025 to 26. One on, one out for Pinango, who takes strike one.
And Nats had some power in there, right? Like, not crazy amount, but good amount of power. And Pirates this year jumping up way up on that list.
Pinango 1 for 2 with an infield single. High strike 2 called by Lance Barksdale.
Well, like they all said, challenge me.
Swing and a miss. Good run on that two-seamer. And Zach Littell has his second strikeout.
Look where he starts this ball and look where it ends up. Great run on that one. See how it kind of bars out right there? Just it shows that he was ready to commit. He thought it was middle, and once it started going away, you can just see everything kind of lengthen out.
Two down for Nathan Lucas. That'll find the seats left side. Ball and a strike.
Yeah.
Got called.
I took a full swing last night.
Barksdale, and it got called by Kevin Franzen in the booth.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, he didn't go, but that's the full body, right, that we always talk about. That last night, they checked it. He didn't go.
And you can see why Lucas was frustrated that the home plate umpire made that call instead of checking down at third. A 1-2. Held it off. On the two-seamer, and Lucas able to get it out of play.
Unloading the clip.
Yeah. Blue Jays are 7-10 in their rubber games this season. Nationals are 13-5. Looking to win their 4th straight series out of the break. Another 1-2. Lucas. Like he chopped down a tree there. Just went toppling to the ground.
You could hear him say, "Oh no!" Oh. Like the Evo Shields are awesome. They're light. They're great. Easy to work with. I had the hard one. What was it? I don't even know what it was. A bike or something like that. It had the buckles on it. That thing saved you. There was actually a hard padding underneath.
Well, I didn't realize about the Evo Shields. They're moldable. Yep. I saw Dylan Cruz always molding one of them to his wrist the other day. I think he said it takes about 20 minutes. You just kind of put it on there. Another 1-2. Can he go that time? This time Barksdale appeals down to third, and no swing, says Jonathan Parra.
Good job by Jonathan Parra. I pay attention to guys down there to see if they're, awake. That was kind of like the one that we saw against Sandy Koufax that they were talking about with the challenge system when it came, Major League Baseball showing us.
Right.
That went through completely. But like the whole body. Mike Winters threw me out for that one.
Well, very similar to the one that Lance Barksdale called a strike.
Yep.
Just a couple pitches prior. Count now 2-2.
You can say good on Lance, right?
Yep.
To make the adjustment and go for the call down to third base.
You wonder if this might be the last hitter for Zach Littell. Kazuma Okamoto on deck. Max Kranick still throwing in the Nationals bullpen. Pitch number 80 coming for Littell. A 3-2. Rolls foul. Another payoff. Misses. 2 walks in the inning for Littell. That'll put 2 on with 2 out. And here comes the Blue Jays home run leader, Okamoto. And here comes Blake Butera.
Well, if there's going to be any fight from Zach on this one.
Haven't seen a signal to the bullpen just yet. That'll do it. Littell goes 4 2/3. Leaves 2 runners out there. Here comes Max Kranick.
Good night.
Well, check it out. 2027 schedule. It's been out for a few weeks here, so get it together. Get your tickets. Oh, you can't get your tickets, but you can go to nationals.com/NatsPlus and take a look. Plan a trip. You want to go to Toronto in August? How about San Diego and Arizona? I heard it's kind of cool in Arizona in August.
You want to go to Cincinnati in the dead of summer? No?
How about the wintertime of Minnesota?
No, me neither. We will be there regardless. 2 on with 2 outs here, top 5. Max Kranick brought into his highest leverage spot as a National, even though it's just the 5th inning. Facing Kazuma Okamoto. Line drive to left. Lyle is right there. Barely has to move. And Max Kranick makes quick work of Okamoto. Gets out of a jam in the 5th. Look at that. Go make her day. Love it.
Looking for the ultimate.
Good work by Max Kranick. 1 pitch, 1 out to get out of a jam, top 5. It's 1-0 Nats to the home half. They'll send 9-1 and 2 to the plate. Nunez, Wood, and Garcia. Nationals approaching the 3rd time through against Trey Savage.
Well, see him get on that base. Create some havoc out there. Some chaos. Don't just. Feels like it's sometimes they're waiting for that big home run. It's the team that doesn't rely solely on it.
Pitch-com issue here with you, Savage and Kirk.
I was about to say what Chip said in our ear.
That we have not had as many pitch-com issues this year. I agree.
Last year was once a game.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes 2.
Fastball just misses the outer edge. Ball and a strike. Savage started the year on the IL for Toronto, a right shoulder impingement. And it's interesting, he put himself on the national stage last October, Franny, and the fact that he was a first-round pick with only 3 regular season starts under his belt before he was getting all this work in postseason, it made him a really big topic of conversation. It was a great story, and he pitched incredibly well. But he's still just 23 years old and 1 day now. And talking to some Blue Jays people about him, they feel like he's still trying to figure it out, and that's understandable given the experience, the age.
But think about who he's surrounded with. Max and Dylan Cease, Kevin Gausman.
Yep.
To be able to help him out, get through there. This is a guy that being around him enough during the postseason last year, figure good kid, not taking days for granted. Like, oh yeah, I knew I was going to be here in the show.
Yeah. 3rd strikeout for you, Savage, today. Let's go down to Alexa.
Dan, I caught up with James Wood to ask where he's at offensively, and I said I feel good the past few days. After the break, the swing decisions weren't quite there, but past few days have been better, especially working my walks. I asked him to compare last year to this season in terms of how he's feeling and especially his body, and he said course, his body feels much better, but he also said the adjustments that he's been making this year have been coming a lot quicker, whereas in the past, he was like, I don't know if I want to make changes to anything just yet. But this season, I've been good at making the really small adjustments to where it's obviously not too different, but you're making small changes and feeling good about it. One example of that is backing up the ball sometimes, or maybe just trying to feel a little bit shorter to his swing. He's also doing more flexibility work before he hits and at home, too, to make sure he keeps his body healthy. Dan?
Thank you, Alexa. It's a long grind, and we have talked at length. It wasn't really public last year for any. We saw the performance decline for James. It wasn't really talked about why, but over the course of this year, it has come out more and more that he just was not physically right last year down the stretch. And trying to make sure that his body is in a really good place, making those little mechanical adjustments as needed here and there, but not deviating too far from what makes him good.
And remember, like, the 6'6" guy, 6'7" guy, however you're measuring, if it's MLB, it's 6'6". So different than a guy 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet making adjustments. It sounds weird. It's like, no, it's not big. It's huge.
Soft line drive out to left. Coming in is Pinango. Nice play by him. And there's 2 down.
Yeah, great play. Great first step by Pinango. Finally nailed it. And
well done.
James just taking what he gave him. Stop hitting him. But those are the ones right there that over the course of time that we see, like when he is not going right, it's a swing and miss because he's pulling off a little bit. And when he stayed on just long enough.
We'll talk about pulling off. We discussed last night how Luis Garcia Jr., a pitch before his homer, pulled that right side out, was falling towards his dugout, and then kept, you talk about how he kept that front side in just long enough last night, got to the breaking ball and lined it into the Nationals bullpen. Moto moving to his right. 1-2-3 fifth worked by Treyas Savage.
A century.
Hello. Monday. Perkins versus Curtis Mead. Second at bat. First at bat struck out as a Red Sox, and then the second at bat just above the handguard and right off the wrist. Initial x-rays said negative. Yesterday they retook him. And imaging showed a fractured wrist that he had to go back to Boston to see a hand specialist. So unfortunately for Curtis Mead, he's going to be out for some time as he got put on the IL.
Yeah, brutal. You hope it's not season ending because, for him, for the Red Sox,
yep,
that would be tough. So both of these guys now currently on the IL. Connolly early acquired for Curtis Mead, and he's working his way back, dealing with some elbow inflammation through the other day. Still slated to make a rehab start on August 3rd. That's the trade deadline. And it's been cool watching him in the clubhouse, in the dugout. Some guys, they get traded to a new team, and you can tell they're kind of feeling it out. They're letting guys maybe come up to them. They're a little quiet early on. That has not been Connolly early. He's diving right in. I love it.
Well, you know who his best friend is, right?
Peyton Tolley?
Yep. So therefore, this guy's going to have a personality. You don't have a best friend like that and not have one.
Yep. 2-1 to George Springer. Takes the slider away. 3 balls, 1 strike. So still 1-0 Washington as we go to the 6th. Kranick getting out of a jam in the 5th inning. Keeping Zach Littell's line clean. No runs allowed in his 4 2/3. Allowed 4 hits, walked 3. Worked out of a couple jams, and now a leadoff walk to Springer here in the 6th.
7 of 9 stealing bases too this year for George Springer. And this might be one of those situations where they could be going based on he's trying to get back in that zone. You know, guys lose sight of that. They think so much about the guy at the plate.
Chopper right in front of the plate. Kranick will hop off the mound and get it. Springer to second on the first out.
Like it, very deliberate going down there, not rushing at all. Nice job by Max Kranick. Push the ball down on the ground, stop the spin, throw it to first, move along.
The ERA for Kranick early in his Nationals tenure, obviously not pretty, 11 plus coming into this game. Sorry, 12.27. But all of that, in terms of the runs allowed, in his first appearance, allowed 5 runs in 2/3 of an inning at Sacramento. Has not allowed a run since. 3 scoreless innings, a couple of strikeouts, and seemingly getting more comfortable each time.
Loves to start you off curveball, occasional fastball there the first pitch, but then finish you off with the heater. Not one of those guys that can flip one in there and then wants to go that 2 strikes too often.
On a strike to Dalton Varsho. Doubled into the right field corner his last time. Sends a high fly ball back of second.
Stay with it.
Ebos drifting with it. Wood coming in. The second baseman takes it and nearly topples over.
Yeah, those are the ones that, for me, James got to take over. Guy's still backing up on his heels. Great play by Jordy Ebos. I personally think any outfielder, because you're going deep, you're going about like 10 steps onto that outfield grass. I mean, that's more than 10 steps. Great play. Way to stay with it.
Ernie Clement bats with 2 down. Wide strike 1 call. Righty is Eddie Jean, the lefty Carson Palmquist. Clement, fly ball to left. Long run for Lyle. Sliding attempt and it exits his glove. Looked like he might have had it for a split second, couldn't hold it. And Ernie Clement has tied this game. An RBI double here in the 6th brings in Springer. And it's 1-1.
Almost reminiscent of that play for James against the Phillies at JT Realmuto. Right? Had it. Looked like it. And that one just does not get there. It went sliding and not head first. It came up short. Good effort, though.
Catcher challenging the ball call.
I hear he's right. We already know that. He challenged. 8 for 9 now.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, let's overturn it to strike. Watch it.
I didn't even look at the monitor. Didn't look at anything. See it?
If Harry challenges it.
Right.
8 for 9 to start his Nationals tenure. 1-1 to Andres Jimenez. RBI number 35 for Clement this season. What is it that they say about leadoff walks? Free pass to Springer leading off this half inning. He comes in on the Clement double.
They always cut. They come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
They bite you in the... Anything else?
Okay, we get it.
All right.
2-1 the count to Jimenez. And that drilled him. And then drilled Harry Ford, I think.
Double doing? Not gonna lie, those are the ones that actually feel decent on the tricep up there. Speaking of, been hit there a few times, so I could speak on experience on that one. Like, I can't speak on hitting one 500 feet, but I could speak on getting hit by a pitch like that.
Looks like it'll be the righty Eddie Jean coming out of the Nationals bullpen. 2 on, 2 out here in the 6th. Now a tie game. Nationals baseball is brought to you in part by Amazon. Spend less on your kids for back to school. Blue Jays have tied it here, top 6, threatening to take the lead. There's 2 on with 2 out. Max Kranick has exited, and here's Eddie Jean.
Yeah, 5th time has that start as an opener the other day. Got a hold 3 for 3 with stranded runners this year. High velocity sinker with a changeup, slider to righties. It's so efficient in game 1. Look, this is a situation where you come in, it's for, you hope to get Davis Schneider. And you have to go to the next guy, that's fine. But like, you end the inning with him and you go to somebody new in that next inning.
Five to the outer edge, ball and a strike.
97 is his average.
Clement at second. Jimenez at first. Ball's 1 strike. He was so pitch efficient in his start the other day. Made it through the first 2 innings on almost 11 pitches.
It's a very vocal dugout, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're in it, which I appreciate for the fact that
where they are.
Yeah. 20 pitches in 2 1/3 innings for Eddie Jean. How many dugouts do you hear? I mean, you've been down in plenty of them. To hear during games where it's just, man.
Especially when a team is
struggling.
10 games under 500.
Yep.
The 2-2 from Jean. Misses. Count goes full, and that'll allow both base runners to get a head start. Top of the order, due up next, Inyo Hendrik Pinyango. A 3-2. Grounded left side. Nunez bobbles it, tries to recover, and his throw takes Garcia off the bag. And E6 will load the bases for the Blue Jays here in the 6th inning.
Well, low skidder right there just pops up, right? I mean, that's... Gets down late, pops up, hand and thumb is right there inside the glove, like almost cover the lid way too early. Watch as he approaches it and get that hand inside. It just doesn't have the opening. His hand is already in the glove for it to hit off the thumb before ball's in the glove.
Ball 1 to Pinyango. Thirteenth error of the season on Nunez. Clement reached on a double. Jimenez a hit by pitch, and Schneider the E6. They stand at third, second, and first. And now 2-1 to the Blue Jays leadoff man. 1 for 3 so far. Long half inning here.
I think it's the one more batter, right? Like I don't see Carson Palmquist being up anymore. Nathan Lucas due up.
Yeah, Palmquist has stopped throwing. A 2-2. Grounded right side. Bibas tumbles, stands up, and throws out Pinyango. Bibas and Jean combined to strand the bases loaded. It's a 1-1 game to the bottom of the 6th.
most to you.
Blue Jays tied it in the top of the 6th. But Eddie Jean kept them to 1 run in that inning. It'll be House, Abrams, and Ford for the Nationals here in the home 6th.
What a great job by Joey Vivas. He was going to do everything to keep that right in front of him, right there. Diving on a grenade.
Trey Savage back to the mound here. 73 pitches through his first 5 innings. Nobody throwing yet in the Blue Jays bullpen. Slider misses up the House, 2-1.
Let's check out our All-State Good Hands replay back in the first inning. Brady House got one elevated, drove it to center field, carried, and Dalton Varsho took away extra bases, maybe just shy of a homer.
Gusting up here as House lines another one out to center, tumbling and making the play is Dalton Varsho.
Double good hands.
Good hands, good feet, good body control.
I mean, this play is as impressive as anything because he comes in on it and then backs up, stumbles. Your eyes are bouncing and you're just trying to be like, please go in the glove or else it's going to hit me in the face. That's a great play. That is a great play. Great swing by Brady House. A couple of those behind Trey Savage today. Pinongo last inning.
Yep. C.J. Abrams with 1 out.
I feel like it's been long enough. C.J., back one up. Let's go.
He's only got 1 hit in this series. In 9 at-bats, has walked 3 times and stolen 2 bases. And now with 1 more stolen base, he'll be a 20-20 guy. 27 homers, currently 19 stolen bases.
Well, it's happened a bunch of times in the big leagues, right? Multiple 20-20 guys, but I think 5 or 6 times in the history of the game, or no, 3 times. History of the game. 20 homer, 20 stolen base guys, but 3 guys on a team. The last time was maybe the 09 Phillies.
Abrams a walk and a strikeout today. Tried to go up for that high heater. Grounds it down to second for Schneider. Orlando Revolta now warming for the 7th. Littell to Kranick to Jean. See if it's Revolta to start the next half inning. Blue Jays will send Lucas, Okamoto, and Springer to the plate, so heart of their order.
I would think so. Just based on his success against lefties this year, so why not put him in there to start it?
For Lucas.
Yep.
There's that tight slider. Ball and a strike to Harry Ford. A couple ground balls left side of the infield.
You can see why this guy is so dang good, man. Why they're so up on him. It's not all that crazy swing and miss stuff today, but it is, I mean, barely missing on everything.
The stuff is gross, and then you throw in the uniqueness of the arm angle as well. It's just not something that opposing hitters are really going to see pretty much anywhere else. Ford, another ground ball left side, fielded by Clement. And that'll do it for the Nats in the 6th. For every strikeout recorded by any Nationals pitcher this season, the Washington area Toyota dealers will donate $50 to the Children's Inn at NIH. Only 2 of them today, both by Zach Littell, and only 2 hits for the Nationals offense. So not a big strikeout day on the mounds. Not a lot of action in the batter's box for Washington, but it's a tie game going to the 7th, and here's Orlando Rebalta for the heart of the Blue Jays order.
Yeah, 34th time on the season. He is starting to earn more and more, and we love it. Why not? Play the hot hand. He and Clayton Beater have done such a good job at the back end of this. Slider, four-seamer, seeker, and a changeup. We've talked about plenty. The lefties against him this year hitting 128 with a 552 OPS, 281. Righties against him. A little bit easier to see. Turns, deception, crossfire for lefties.
This is Nathan Lucas to start the frame. This is away with a heater.
And you can see when he lands, and pay attention to it, like he lands, kind of flies open a little bit. And I feel like that's the spot where righties can pick him up a little bit. Lefties, it's still very deceptive.
2-0. Rebalta faced Valenzuela, Varsho, and Clement last night in the 8th. Went 1-2-3 with strikeouts of the Blue Jays catcher and Ernie Clement, their third baseman. In there with a third straight fastball, 2-1. Walked past him today in the Nationals clubhouse. I said, hey man, does it feel weird not coming into a game with the bases loaded? Is that different? He just kind of laughed. It's been so effective this year when coming into games with runners on. Out to right, playable for James Wood in the gap. And there's the first out.
And you wonder what those mentalities are, right? Like Gus gave up the homer with the guys on base last night. And you're going, does it switch really quick for him in there? Like as far as guys are on. They have to come in this game, do this. And then next thing you know, it's bases empty. He's coming into the game. Is it the same mentality?
19 inherited runners for Orlando Rebalta this year. Only 5 have scored. Tremendous.
And I think 2 of them came in an extra inning game.
So a flying drive out to left off the bat of Okamoto. He has his second hit of the day.
Oh, Dan.
Yeah?
This is your day. Join us in Nationals Park Saturday, August 8th to get a free Nats Hawaiian shirt and short set. It's not to sleep in, Dan. It's to wear. And watch our guys take on Cincinnati Reds, ride the waves. Go to nationals.com/promos. The fact that we find our camera crew is unbelievable.
Well, it also
it's
just
all
means
kinds.
It means that there's a ton of Hawaiian shirts being worn to these games. We see them everywhere, and all different varieties.
I would say, you find Waldo there every time. I actually like that last one. That one's a good one. That's real.
Look at our crew.
Looks good on him.
Oh, there's Mike.
Mike did fantastic during the All-Star game.
I've heard
Posted
that.
it in Philadelphia. Crushed it.
For him. 1-on-1 out for George Springer. Balta pulling the string on the changeup sends Springer to a knee.
I don't know if the Phillies fans knew that was the Nationals day. Like they were in the boo mode already, which made the experience that much better.
They were booing everything that was not Bryce Harper or Kyle Schwarber.
Or Marsh, right?
Yeah, true. 1-2.
Oof.
Right back to the changeup and another swing and a miss. Balta strikes out Springer, and there's 2 down. Changeup is filthy.
It is, and when he trusts it more than anything, goodness, just drops off.
That tight center shot of his hand releasing the ball.
The golf ball?
It looks like a Titleist in his hand.
And he doesn't throw it very often to righties, and it's one that you wish he would, just because it's so deceptive. It's just a confidence pitch, right? Like if it lefties, he has the confidence to throw it away. Look at that. The only time I've seen it like that was out of Lee Smith. And Lee Smith was one of the roving pitching coaches with the Giants coming up. He would throw BP to you, and you're like, where's the ball? Big old belly laugh on it.
Slider at the bottom of the zone. 1-1 to Alejandro Kirk.
First BP session after getting drafted. Lee Smith throwing BP to us, which was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Hit a homer. kind of watched it because I was like, wood bat, homer. Yeah. He's like, you watching that kid? Snap my bat 2 pitches later, and I just completely fell to the ground laughing. I was like, all right, welcome to the show here, huh?
Yeah.
And it's only a ball.
More to come. Okamoto will lead off first. Slider misses down and away. We don't see a ton of same-sided changeups. Righty-righty changeups, left-on-left
It just doesn't make
changeups.
sense to me.
And I know you're trying to avoid that bat path down in the zone, down and into a lefty, down and into a righty. It's where some power can be.
I just don't believe that. And because playing with Cole Hamels, right? Like playing with guys like Tim Lincecum, right? Changes that they threw, righties, lefties, didn't matter. Like it didn't. He was going to do it.
Max Scherzer.
100%. Why?
Strauss.
Because it's like, have the confidence. That's one of my best pitches. Why not throw it?
Right. Slider lands, and it fills the count to Kirk.
It's another weapon for them to use.
Okamoto will be off on the pitch. A 3-2. Popped him up. Shallow right center. Long run for Bibas. Back on it. Sliding. Tumbling. And he can't get there. Over to third goes Okamoto. A bloop. Single for Kirk. Puts runners at the corners with 2 down.
Two of them. 2 soft contacts for base hits. That's how hitting is. A little slider backs up a little bit. Off the label. And I think that big swing by Alejandro Kirk kind of stopped Woody for a second. Ooh. But they have benefited with having Okamoto and Kirk on first base today on, double by Varsho.
Yeah.
He couldn't score, and Okamoto's obviously not good. No one's going to really score on that unless it's Chandler Simpson or Steve Nunez maybe.
Well, but he got a head start on the 3-2 pitch and didn't really get too far off the bat. Garcia was still holding him on that 3-2. So Okamoto now at third, Kirk at first. And here's Dalton Varsho.
Well, he's got 1 bunt base hit this year. I'm not saying he's looking to do that, but, tie game in the 7th. If Brady plays too far back, he might lay one down.
And he's playing back. Varsho takes strike 1.
Especially knowing the numbers that lefties have had against him, right? Like that plays a factor in sometimes.
The 2 softest hits of this game have both been in this inning. Okamoto and Kirk. Both exit velos under 72 miles an hour. 99 from Rebalta. Fouled back to the screen, and it's 0-2. Out as firm as we've seen his fastball this year.
What a great pitch, too. Good job by Dalton Varsho. That is just a perfect pitch. Those are the ones when they spoil them, you're going, oh no. Because that's another opportunity for a mistake to happen. I'm going to say there's not really a first and third play that you're going to have on with Kirk and Okamoto there, huh?
Not the swiftest of base runners.
It might be like, hey, we're playing this, practice speed right here.
Another 0-2 from Rebalta. Off the very end of the bat. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it is. An infield single after 2 bloops. And the Blue Jays have taken the lead here in the 7th. Dalton Varsho's second hit of the game is 26th RBI. And it's 2-1 Toronto.
Another just incredible pitch right here. This was even better than the one he fouled off. Below the zone. 13 inches off the ground when he hit it. And I don't mind Brady coming up and trying to get that one just in general, because if it goes by, it's going to hit the base. You never know what happens. I don't care what speed it is.
Tough luck inning for Orlando Revolta here. Faces Ernie Clement with 2 on and 2 out. Another bloop. This one playable on the infield. Bibas is there. The Blue Jays have taken the lead. We'll stretch here at Nationals Park. Dalen Lyle will lead off for the Nats when we bring you back. The Nats now trailing for the first time today. Rubber game up for grabs here in D.C. 2-1 Blue Jays as we wrap up the 7th inning stretch. Trey Savage still out there for Toronto. He's gone 6 innings of 1-run ball. Not overpowering stuff from Savage today. He does possess that ability, but today it's been more workmanlike. As a lead for the first time this afternoon, he'll face Lyle, Young, and Bibas here in the 7th. Tyler Rogers warming behind him in the Blue Jay bullpen.
Just a fun time.
Yeah. Got that 1.51 ERA lurking.
The arm angle is what we showed earlier, and could you go from one extreme to the other? There's none greater.
Lyle out to shallow center. Can Varsho get to this one? No, he cannot. A leadoff single for Dalen Lyle.
This is huge, too. Can you get him running? Can you get him going?
Savage had retired 7 in a row since the Young bloop double in the 4th inning. Really not a whole lot of strong contact for the Nationals today.
And this is where, like, you hope that they don't bunt him right here based on the fact, like, swing decisions right now, huge for him. Trust him. Man, I know that Curtis Meade guy.
Longtime Red Sox. Jacob Young, the 2nd best on-base percentage this month in baseball, and now he's going to drop down a bunt. Fielded by Clement. He throws out JY. Another plate appearance that is not an official at-bat. A sacrifice moving Lyle to second with 1 down.
I get it.
You're making a face.
I just don't like it. I trust what he's been doing. If anything, get him moving in Dalen Lyle, right? Because you think about the split. You think about a guy that throws balls in dirt. You think about that moving up. And if it was somebody...
Jorbit Bibas does not have a hit on the homestands. I'll pick up your sentence for you. Bibas not red hot right now. And it's not just the situation. It's who's going to step into the batter's box after the sac bunt. We've got Bibas, the 8-hitter. Nunez behind him.
Thanks, man.
Nationals 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position today. A chance for Bibas here. He takes ball 1. All 3 outfielders playing shallow, especially in left.
Started the year off, 0 for 25 runs in scoring position, now 6 for his last 22. That's red hot.
Foul ball hit him well in the batter's box. 1-2. It'll be a Savage's 95th pitch of the afternoon coming next. He's eclipsed 100 only once this year. Last time out, it was 93 pitches in 4 innings. A 1-2 to Bibas. Fouled off again.
Kirk, you've seen how good he is blocking balls in dirt. I feel like he's taking a beating this weekend. Or this week. However you want to say it. Yes.
Savage digging into that glove. A 1-2. Misses up. Starting with that split finger grip, as you mentioned earlier, Franny, and then working off of it to any other grip that he might need. Closing that glove to his chest. Bibas can't get to the slider, and there's 2 down.
That's a big reason why I don't like Bunting in that situation, to get to that.
That'll be it for Trey Savage. He'll go 6 2/3 today to part with a 1-run lead. And it'll be the Submariner Tyler Rogers with the runner in scoring position and 2 down here in the 7th.
Intern, this play.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
Tying run in scoring position for the Nationals here, bottom 7. Yohan Lyle out at second with 2 down, and here's the Submariner Tyler Rogers to face Nasim Nunez.
Yeah, 15th game on the year, 22 holds, 1.51 ERA. Sinker goes down, slider stays up.
Strike 1 to Nunez.
Nunez this year, runners in scoring position, 2 outs. He's done a great job staying up the middle. 273 average, 9 for 33.
Sinker misses up, ball and a strike. These 2 squared off 2 nights ago. Rogers retired Nunez on a ground ball. Fouled off, 1-2. From a bullpen perspective the rest of the way, advantage Toronto. James Wood hoping for a chance here in the 7th. This is in, 2-2. Rogers in his 1.51 ERA. Kirk wanting to challenge that one, looked well in.
For a guy that's been unbelievable this year at it, that's a big miss.
Call us confirmed. Toronto has no challenges
again,
remaining.
Different arm angle. He's coming from Savage more than anything. He's going Savage to Tyler Rogers.
Right. Time called at the plate. Our first time seeing Savage against the Nationals.
Pretty impressed.
Yeah. Quality young arm. Rogers fires at 2-2. It's hit left side. Clements moving to his left. Handled that one with ease. And that's Strand Lyle in scoring position. It's still 2-1 to the 8th.
Nashville's coming to Nationals Park. Join us on Friday, August 7th as the Nats take on the Reds. Then stay for a Jordan Davis post-game concert with your ticket. Head to nationals.com/summer concerts.
2 runs on 8 hits for the Blue Jays.
Jordan Davis, a LSU guy.
Is he?
Big night for Dylan Cruz.
Nice. Just 1 run on 3 hits for the Nationals today. A popped up bunt that lands foul off the bat of Jimenez. Paxton Schultz, his second appearance back in the big leagues, played a factor 2 nights ago in that 1-run loss to the Blue Jays. Got 3 outs, walked just a batter.
Cutters, four seamers, changeups.
Jimenez, Schneider, and Pinango for the Blue Jays here. Coming on his hands a bit with the cutter. 0-2. Last couple of years for Jimenez, since getting traded to the Blue Jays, just has not had the same level of production offensively as he did in Cleveland. Was always known more for his glove, but his defense has kind of dropped off a bit as well. 1-2.
Yeah, they felt like a part of the reason why they could let Bo Bichette go was because of him. Took over at shortstop last year when Bo was hurt at the end of the year with his knee, and they stayed with it.
Last year batted just .210 with a sub-600 OPS. Slightly better this year. Signed by Cleveland to a 7-year, $106.5 million extension. Raining pieces of Franny's prep sheets up here. Jimenez fouls it off.
I didn't think that one through.
Got the wind, and you've got our personal fans blowing as well.
Swirl. We like to think of it as swirl.
Yeah. Line drive up the middle. Nunez dives. Hops to his feet. Oh, baby. What a play by Nasim Nunez. Spectacular for the first out in the 8th.
Does he need a new belt? I don't know. He would be a great surfer, man.
Oh, and hit off the glove of Schultz,
yeah,
too.
well, that's the only reason why I was able to, I think, stay in the infield. Dies down a little bit. Great job. The way he pops to his feet, that's what I'm saying. He'd be a great surfer. What a play.
Had the error earlier, but that was special. Davis Schneider with one out.
No ABS for the Blue Jays anymore. And I mean, he's 11 for 14 this year in his 104 ABs coming into the game. It's pretty good.
Two.
Yeah, the trajectory of that ball, way more on a line when it hit his glove. And Paxton Schultz went right down, and you wonder how much that played a factor in getting that ball. Getting to your feet, huge, but then getting the clean exchange, and then obviously the arm's going to play. But that is just spectacular.
Cutter misses up. 2-2 to Schneider. He reached on the Nunez E6 back in the 6th inning. Also walked an inning prior. This is a wild number, and just another example of how baseball can be the weirdest game in the world. Balls squared up at 95 plus today. Batters are 2 for 10. Under 75, they're batting 500 and 6 for 12. It's crazy.
That's only 3 hard hit balls against Trey Savage. Average exit velocity at 85. Soft contact all day. Then you have Orlando Revolta. 3 hits, average exit velo of 69 miles an hour.
A 3-2 to Schneider. Down the left field line, fair. Davis Schneider struggling offensively entering this game. On base for the 2nd time officially. A walk, and now a 1-out double here in the top of the 8th.
Almost 6 double of the year for him. Gets on top of a heater. Man, you just feel like that guy, how important he is to keep him there, away from scoring.
Strike one to Pinyango. One-run game for anywhere. It's felt like the Blue Jays have had a lot of traffic throughout the course of the day, and the Nationals significantly less so, but still very much in this. Down the left field line, looking like it'll come down in foul territory. It will. Kyle gave it a good effort. Did it get him in the face?
I think it did. Hat goes off for Nasim. You got the sunglasses.
Just the chest.
Those numbers now updated at what? 2 for 10 and 7 for 13.
7 for 13 balls under 75 miles an hour.
Oh, no, that was 80. Sorry.
No. Still not crushed.
Someone's card in the outfield out there? In left field, you see it in front of you.
Pinyango ready again. An 0-2 from Schultz. Got in on his hands and he fouls it off. Changeup misses low. Schultz with the Blue Jays last year. 13 appearances, 2 starts. A 4.38 ERA. Just missing the outer edge.
A challenge.
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
He wasn't sure. That's not a good sign.
Close.
Call
But it is ball 2.
Washington has 1 challenge remaining.
Only the second miss for Harry Ford on an ABS challenge. A 2-2. Pulled foul. That one hit hard and off the ribbon board down the right field line.
117.
Yeah, that's hard.
Stays in line with what we got going so far today.
Hard hits are not finding outfield grass. Go show your friends. I got a baseball.
It's awesome.
Another 2-2 from Schultz. Hit hard left side. That's through. Schneider had to hold up, so he'll move up just 90 feet. Throw to the plate hits Brady House in the chest as he kept it in front of him. They're at the corners for the Blue Jays with 1 out. And they're going to pinch run for Pinyango.
Didn't look like he was picking that up at all. Brady.
Yeah. 2 hits for Pinyango today. They'll be replaced by Miles Straw down at first. And another jam here for a Nationals pitcher. Blue Jays have stranded 11 runners today. They've gone 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position, but plated just their 2 runs. Simon Matthews and Paxton Schultz coming together on a game plan for Nathan Lucas.
What do you think with Miles Straw? There's going to be some action going on right here. Nathan Lucas has bunted 5 times this year, 1 bunt base hit, so you got to figure safety squeeze is always in play, especially this situation. First, third, perfect example of that.
And this kind of feels like the game right here, Frank.
Yep.
Tyler Rogers still in this game for Toronto. Nobody warming in their bullpen. He's got the bottom of the 8th. And then you've got Louis Varland for the 9th, one of the most dominant closers in baseball. You have to keep this a 1-run game. Schneider at 3rd, Straw at 1st, and ball 1 to Lucas. You have a base open and a righty on deck in Okamoto. Runner goes from first. Ford going to throw through to the bag. Tag applied, but not in time. Straw rips a bag. That's his 6th in 7 attempts, but the Nationals want a challenge.
It was a great throw. Really good jump by Miles Straw, too. But clean exchange, great throw, good tag.
Ooh,
had a baby.
Washington is challenging the safe call at second base.
He looks out.
This is the one right here. Tag.
Yes, sir. And they can sync those camera angles up. See exactly when that tag was slapped down by Nunez.
Should go down as 2 caught stealing for Harry Ford today.
We're out George Springer to end the 1st inning.
That one. Great tag. What a tag. And finally, someone sliding straight into the base. That's why people do the swim move.
It sure looks like you see the glove of Nunez reverberate before you do the fingers of Straw. Is it enough to overturn the call?
It should be. I mean, I don't think this is even close.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe.
My.
You got to be kidding me. That looked like one of the most easy replays that you could have.
We've talked about this so many times this season. The amount of evidence that they need in the replay room in Midtown Manhattan to overturn a call on the field, it feels more significant this year than it has in the past.
Just a joke.
2-1 now on Lucas as that one finds the seats.
Can't be that hard to do that job right there. This is the one that they're going to go off of. He's out. Like, it's not. It's a joke. What are we doing? If you have replay, get it right.
Nunez says, wow. He hears the call from Lance Barksdale. 3-1 now to Lucas. Infield to in for the Nationals. Double play now out of order. You have first base open after the stolen base.
It's a game changer right there. That is a game changer right there.
Fouled off. Count goes to 3-2. There's going to be some frustrated guys down in that Nationals replay room. Dan Kaplan, Don Merlino. Schultz gathers ahead of a 3-2. Got in on the hands of Lucas. That cutter is really working nicely today. They have official word from the replay room. They could not definitively determine,
God.
and so the call stands.
Figure it out.
Another 3-2. Got it. What a bounce back by Paxton Schultz. 94 elevated, and a huge strikeout of Nathan Lucas for the second out.
Elevate to celebrate for Paxton Schultz on that one. Four-seamer carry at the top, not the cutter.
And now it's take your pick if you're Paxton Schultz. Faces Okamoto with runners at second and third and 2 down. First base still open. Do you want Okamoto or Springer? Ball 1 to Okamoto. Couple hits for him today in 4 at-bats. Homered yesterday. Popped him up. Harry Ford gives a look, but he runs out of room.
I do feel like normal wind from here. It's very swirly today.
That
I feel like that
back.
comes back.
Yeah. Well, if Paxton Schultz is able to get out of this jam here, that might provide a little lift for his dugout. Sure looked like he got the second out on a caught stealing. But he struck out Lucas for the second out. Now faces Okamoto and misses with ball 2. Okamoto, a 6-time All-Star, 3-time Central League home run leader in the NPB.
Right-hander cutters, 1 for 18 against. That's why you're seeing him pitch to him.
A 2-1. This is up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jacob Young taking another step or 2 into the gap in right center. The 3-1. Hit out that way. In is JY, still coming in. A dive, and it goes off his glove. 2 runs will score for the Blue Jays. Another softly hit ball that falls onto the outfield grass, and Toronto leads 4-1.
Yeah, false step right there by JY is the difference in this, and obviously he's one of the best in the games to get in a good jump in this. This is on New York. Shouldn't even had to make that play. That's one he's going to tell you he's going to have all day, every day. Maybe his eyes just went right to Jorby at the last.
I thought the same thing. A little traffic out there.
That's not on Jorby, right? Like, JY has to go, he's going, and you think about the plays that Jorby's had to try to go get today.
Yeah.
He's not assuming. You kind of hear JY from the field mics.
An exit velo of 74 miles an hour, and it goes down as a 2-run double. 4-1 Blue Jays, and now a line drive out to left. Coming to the plate is Okamoto. Throw from Lyle, cut off. It's now 5-1. 3 runs have come in this inning. What looked like a caught stealing earlier, Nationals could have been out of this frame, and the margin is now 4.
Playing deep out there, not going to have any chance to get him, and that's the 100th run given up in the 8th or 9th inning here at home by Nats relievers. 100 runs.
Honestly, you can't even really blame Paxton Schultz.
Nope.
He did not pitch poorly in this inning.
You can blame New York on that one. Figure it out.
Trevor Williams going to make his 2026 debut when we bring you back to Nats Park.
Good night.
Well, great to hear some Pearl Jam playing here at Nationals Park. Trevor Williams using Even Flow as his walkout song yet again. Back to the mound here at D.C. More than a year trying to work back from that elbow issue. Had a right UCL reconstruction. It's been a long road back, and here he is. First appearance of 2026. He'll face Alejandro Kirk with George Springer down at first. Now a 4-run deficit for the Nats. Kirk fires at the first pitch he sees and pops it foul. Right at the bottom of the knees, what we've come to know from Trevor Williams.
Applesauce.
Just living down there. 0-2 on Kirk.
These are those moments, like, sometimes you just sit here, just like watching him compete, man.
Another veteran who's not going to bring a whole lot of velocity by today's standards, but we've seen him have great success. Franny, a couple years ago, dealt with some injuries, but when he was healthy, he was really effective. Pitched to a 2.03 ERA in 13 starts back in that 24 season. Earned a 2-year, $14 million contract after that year. And he strikes out Kirk in his return to the majors.
Welcome back, Trev Dog.
Congratulations, Trevor Williams. Gets a strikeout of Kirk. The Nationals now trail by 4, however. A tough half inning. Here comes James Wood, Luis Garcia Jr., and Brady House trying to get back in this.
To you.
Back to school season is around the corner. Join us on Sunday, August 9th, as the Reds come to town. Plus, kids 12 and under can get an exclusive Nationals lunchbox. Visit nationals.com/promos. Man, you can bring your dinner in that. Let's go.
Don't tempt me with a good time. And boy, would that be a good time. James Wood leads off the bottom of the 8th, laces one down the right field line. The comeback begins here with a James Wood extra base hit. Kicks around in the corner, fielded nicely by Lucas on a weird hop. And one pitch into the home half of the 8th. James Wood stands in scoring position.
Yeah, how would that look after a one-run game, huh? Double number 26 on the year, top 10 in that. Number 1 with number 57 on the extra base hits of the year. One-run game, leadoff double. Pretty awesome. Oh, it's not. It's a 4-run game.
That's right. Garcia out to left center. Couple rockets off Nationals bats here in the 8th.
What a
Garcia
play.
will stop at first as Pinyango sliding into the gap there. That's actually Straw out there now. But back-to-back knocks from the Nationals. Wood and Garcia. Louis picking up our RBI number 74. And the Nats are back within 3. Great answer.
Sweet swing right here by Louis to tie the ball game up. We weren't playing with replay. What a play by Miles Straw. I mean, he was angled going back. You don't see it usually going back. You see it going across, right? Like cutting it off. Incredible by him to keep that.
So Straw in left. Luis Urias now taking over at second for Davis Schneider. And here's Jose Tena batting for Brady House. On a strike.
How about the Tyler Rogers 215, 505 lefties against him? How about righties 214, 506? Wow. Well, it's now different because two lefties got hits, but coming into the game.
Tena as a pinch hitter this season, 8 for 24. Has 2 pinch hit homers. Takes the sinker low, 2-2.
With that angle that Tyler Rogers has too, 0 for 2 stealing bases against him. So just getting guys going in motion, kind of weird too. I get it, he has a little slide step on it, but you think with that arm angle and just a little bit, it takes a little bit longer to get there.
Wood, an exit velo of 110 off the bat. Garcia, 107. And now a 2-2 to Tenna.
And you're providing that power, right? Like, you're providing that. It's not like it's 99 and you're just touching it. Next thing you know, oh, let him provide it. No, it's how strong and great they are. And Louis Barlin, though.
Ball 4 to Tenna. 3 straight have reached here in the 8th. The Wood double, Garcia an RBI single, and now Jose Tenna aboard.
Louis Barlin.
They've got Dallas written on the board out there, but it is Louis Varland. Is John Schneider going to go to him?
Yep. There's a big boy save.
Going to ask for 6 outs from Louis Varland. 2 on, nobody out. Nats back within 3. Varland coming in to face C.J. Abrams. Two on with nobody out, bottom 8. Nationals down by 3. This is the big play that we've been talking about. Our producer, Chip Winfield, called the replay operations center. They call it the Rock Room. Spoke to one of the replay officials who said that they just did not have enough visual evidence to overturn the call on the field.
That's terrible. Terrible. One of the easier ones you could overturn. Easy.
Abrams, a line drive out to short. Picked on a backhand by Jimenez. He trapped it. Safe was the call by the third base umpire, Jonathan Parra. So great work there by Jimenez to get the lead runner on a force play. It's a fielder's choice 6-5, which you don't see often. Garcia out at second.
Yeah, nothing Louis could do.
Yeah.
Nothing he could do at all. What a play.
So Abrams aggressive against Varland.
Abrams 4th in all of baseball at first pitch swinging. Not as far as the percentage, but batting average, well over 500.
Still 2 on, now 1 out for Harry Ford. Curveball misses 2-0. Varland a perfect 22 of 22 in save opportunities this year. His 1.02 ERA, the lowest mark through a pitcher's first 48 appearances of a season in Blue Jay franchise history. And it's also the best mark of any pitcher who has faced 200 batters this year. Tenna at second. Abrams now at first. Back to the screen. Ford got a fastball center cut.
Four-seamer, curveball, slider to righties, but over the last couple of weeks, he's throwing that changeup a lot more to righties. Almost 11%. Last 3 weeks, and less slider.
Three and 2 now. Dalen Lyle waits on deck. A payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4.
Nice.
Harry Ford draws a walk, and the bases are loaded.
Dalen Lyle looking for his first knock this year with the bases loaded. 0 for 8. What what a time right here that would be. No ABS challenges for the Blue Jays. One on the board still for the Nats.
First pitch to Lyle. Swung on and fouled back.
Only Fernando Tatis Jr. has more first pitch knocks. 33.
Nationals have gotten one run closer here in the bottom of the 8th. A Garcia RBI single to bring in Wood. Tying run now on base. Strike 2 called by Lance Barksdale. That was close.
That's a nasty pitch.
I think maybe lefties have a little more luck against Louis Varlands. Righties batting 195 against him. Lefties almost identical, 196. Just tough to hit regardless. And Lyle down on strikes. 2 down here, bottom 8. Jacob Young now. A walk, an RBI double, and a sac bunt. Batting .455 with the bases loaded. 99 dotted down and away. 0-1.
Well, that sets up a lot.
Him up. Back of second could be trouble. Varsho broke back, but he's able to close. It hung up long enough, and the Nationals strand the bases loaded. They get one, but they trail by 3 to the 9th. Blue Jays lead by 3 to the 9th. Not a lot of scoring through the first 5 frames. Things have gotten interesting lately. Jose Tena stays in the game at second base. That'll bump Jorbit Bibas from second to third. Trevor Williams back out there. It'll be Varsho, Clement, and Jimenez for the Blue Jays.
Spencer Miles out there still, so if they get another run, you feel like he's going to be in? What a job by Louis Varland.
Hit well out to right center. Giving chase is Wood. Into the gap, he's there in time. And Varsho the first out. Yeah, things were starting to get interesting there, bottom 8. Louis Varland got a fielder's choice grounder on one pitch to retire, or not retire C.J. Abrams, but get an out on C.J. Abrams in that at-bat. Harry Ford drew a walk, but then a strikeout of Lyle, a pop-up of Jacob Young. In the 9th now for the Nats, due up will be Bibas, Nunez, and Wood. Clement 1 for 4 today. Grounds this over to Bibas. Took a high hop on it. Fielded it cleanly, and there's 2 away.
Great job by Jorbit on this ball. My goodness. Ejecto. Watch how he comes in. He's expect that one. Oh, it goes up to the head. I mean, that was belt high initially.
Williams has retired all 3 batters he's faced so far. Jimenez squares to bunt and pushes it foul.
Two bunt hits on the year. Can't be playing. I just don't think you can play that far over. Push it to 2 strikes, absolutely, but.
Yeah, Bibas deep in the 6 hole. Good sweeper. 0-2. Williams feared that he would need a full Tommy John surgery last year. Instead, it was the internal brace procedure. He hoped that he would be able to go through a somewhat normal spring training and be able to help the Nationals early in the season. It did not play out that way. A couple setbacks along the way. And now we'll see what role he serves for the Nationals. But if he is able to slot into kind of a bulk righty guy in the bullpen, I wonder, just my personal thinking, if that might push Brad Lord into a higher leverage role when he returns from injury. Lord threw 35 pitches off a bullpen mound the other day. He's working back from his injury.
Side strain.
Have to figure he might be close to going out on a rehab.
It shouldn't be that long for him in general because it was nothing with his arm.
Yeah. But you think about the Nationals bullpen going down the stretch here last couple months, and even if there aren't high-ticket items that are additions, it feels like the floor, so to speak, might be getting raised to the bullpen. Some more experience out there. Push guys into some leverage spots. Garcia will take it to the bag himself. Williams does a good job retiring all four. But the Nats trail by 3 to the bottom of the ninth. Can they mount a late comeback and earn a series win?
In turn.
"5-2 to the bottom of the ninth. The Nationals will send Jorbit Bibas, Nasim Nunez, and James Wood to the plate. Louis Varland's still out there for the Blue Jays, looking for a 6-out save. Got Toronto out of trouble in the 8th inning. Got to feel good for Trevor Williams after that return. Little debrief there with Sean Doolittle and Simon Matthews. But our attention now to the fields. Can the Nationals wrap up this homestand
with their first walk-off hit?
Their first walk-off of the season. We've been waiting for it.
Last team in the big leagues. You think about that with the offense they've had. Every team but them has a walk-off win.
Bibas going to start it on a good note. Flares one out to left for a single leading off the ninth.
That's how it all started.
Nationals just 1-38 when trailing after 7 innings this season. 1-44 when trailing after 8. The rally caps are in full effect. See if Nasim Nunez can reach ahead of James Wood. Bring him to the plate as the potential tying run.
This time he went 2 innings was June 20th against the Cubs.
Digits fouled back to the screen. We've got the lefties due up behind Nunez. Wood, Garcia, Tena, Abrams in succession. But as mentioned, Harland pretty platoon neutral. Oh, 0-2 on the scene.
2 strikes this year, 15 for 123 against him.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Seam 1 for 1 off of him. This one lined up the middle. On a hop played by Jimenez to the bag, and it's a 6-3 double play.
That mound uses as a ramp. I wonder if it doesn't hit off that, if it stays low enough that he stays back, that he has to flip it. But because it kind of elevated on it, he was able to come up and get it.
Platinum Glove Award winner in his career. And a deflating turn there. Now 2 down, nobody on for Wood. Smoke down to first. Okamoto gloves it. Marlins to the bag. And the Blue Jays take 2 of 3 here in D.C. 5-2 our final score this afternoon. Nationals fall back to a game over 500 at 55-54. It's their first series loss out of the All-Star break. Tough one. This one stings a little bit. For Kevin Franzen, I'm Dan Kolko. Alexa Dat is next with Nationals postgame.